Alright, so this is Robert Lockhart. He is the Australian durian expert. I met Dr. Robert at Woodstock Fruit Festival where he gives a talk about durian. So today we're standing in a durian orchard. I've heard that you lived on durian alone for 3 months.
Yeah, that's correct, Lindsay. I had a property where I had approximately 200 durian before I had to do a property settlement with my ex-wife and sell that property. And yes, we had a lot of producing durians at one stage, and it was just so much superior to all the other fruit. I had about 100 different varieties of fruit I was growing on that property. But durian, I had about 15 different varieties of durian growing there, ranging from Montong, Chani, Sitabel, D24, some of the Indonesian varieties, not so many of the Filipino varieties, but the best varieties that were available were Thai and Malaysian at that time.
Right.
And back in the 1980s, there was quite a influx of cultivars, durian cultivars, coming into Australia, and a lot of people had big expectations of making a lot of money out of durian.
Were you one of them?
Yeah, probably. You know, I was the first to export durian from Australia in 2000. So no wonder I lived on durian alone for 3 months. My ex-wife, she didn't like durian, so that was one of the reasons. She said either, "Okay, Rob, what is it to be? Durian or me?" Wow! And after living on it for 3 months, what could I say?
Well,
Durian won out, I'm afraid. Yeah.
well,
Any other
it's a
questions?
good choice. So who turned you on to durian? When was the first?
That was back in the 1980s. We had the Rare Fruit Council happening here in Cairns, and that was the year 1980. It actually started in 1979, and then I went along to some meeting in 1980, and they were talking about the wide varieties of fruits that they thought would grow in North Queensland, and durian was one of them. And they've said, "You've got to try this." And one a person called Joe Nolai brought along a fruit from his property that he'd got from a place called Limberlost. And there is a variety now here in North Queensland, a very good variety called Limberlost variety, and it's highly recommended. Yeah.
And what did you think of that first durian?
Wow. Yeah, I thought it was like my taste buds in my mouth were having an orgasm all by themselves. It was amazing. So that was it. So I thought, I'm hooked, and that was it. After that, I
knew you were going to
decided I was going to plant them and enjoy them for the rest of my life. And so that's what I've done.
What's your favorite kind of durian? Can you explain your favorite flavor and texture?
I would say some of the Filipino varieties, and Musam King is hard to beat, the Malaysian variety. I would say that would be one of my favorites. That's available frozen here in Australia. Not so many fresh fruit, Musam. There's another one called Red Prawn here, which is very similar to Musam, quite creamy, but I like, the more you eat durian, the more you kind of like the stronger, bitter flavors, as far as I can see. And there's a variety in the Philippines called Arancillo, which is
it's a good one.
It's good. And there's another one, Bitter Cob, C-O-B, Bitter Cob. And it is quite a creamy, very rich durian, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
I wouldn't say I'd put it down to one variety being really tops, because you can appreciate practically most of them.
I definitely agree with that statement.
Would you?
Definitely. Yeah, they're all different.
And
doesn't mean they're bad.
They make you so happy when you're around them, you know, the durian fruit. If you're sharing it with friends and having a party with them, it's fantastic.
For sure. It's what we're about to do.
Yeah, just like we're about to do now.
Yeah.
Are we?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, come on.